Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel Ray and today we're going to do a Wipnchat. So bring out your works in progress, your whips with me, and let's work together. I'm just going to chit chat about what's going on and things that just kind of randomly come up in my brain. I did ask on Facebook and Instagram if you would like to see me do some paint by number, and I got so many yeses. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm working on Winnie's Picks, and this is called Manatak Lodge. I'm so sorry if I am mispronouncing that. This is by Anthony J. Paget. So I thought I would show you the, from start, not start to finish, but how I would start. I'm just going to use what's in the tube, and also I have one extra brush for the larger areas because I think that's what we're going to focus on today. So I did take out the hardware, and so don't worry, that is somewhere else. But oops. Did I take out the hardware or did it just fall on the floor? I think it just fell on the floor. Go me. All right, so I'm going to put this to the side in case I need it. This is what is inside the tube. Oops, there goes the hardware again. We've got paint and let me see. Yep, paint in order, just like that. This is how I do it every time. I've got a pizza sauce jar full of water here, and I've got that on top of a paper towel. I've got all my brushes ready to go. And I'm going to decide where we're going to start. I think I might start at the top because I want to get through the sky a bit. I'm going to drop my paints. And let's see. I'm right-handed, so I don't want my hand to get into the paint. But I also want you to be able to see what I'm doing. So I think what I'm going to do is make sure I've got lots of shadows happening. So I'm going to make sure that you can see me first, and I'll be right back. All right, here we are. We're going to start from the upper left corner and work as far over as I can. I like to finish one section at a time. So I'm probably going to start, let's see where my finger is. Let's start with this number 2 here, and then I'll move as I have to. I'll move. So we're gonna get the paint pot ready. Get those out of the way, and I'm gonna use my big brush. So let's get that nice and wet and open her up. I don't like to separate the paint pots. I really don't. So I'm gonna just tap off the excess water onto my paper towel, and then we will get started. So how is everybody doing? I feel like last week was difficult for some reason. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I was just finding it difficult to focus, to get things done, to make phone calls and things like that. I know that I talk about anxiety a lot, so, for those of you who don't have it, you might not really understand why making a phone call can be such a big chore or whatever, but I do sometimes find it super difficult. Anyway, it was one of those weeks. But I'm not sure if I talked about it. I think I did talk about how my doctor told me that only a few of my blood test results came back, and that I don't have diabetes, so that's awesome. Very good. But I don't really, like, we don't know what's going on yet. So I'm still waiting for results. Thank you for thinking of me. I'm sure a lot of it is just, you know, stress or anxiety because of that kind of thing, but it would be nice to have answers. And since my doctor is kind of postponing any serious treatment until I get the results back, I'm very eager. Eager is the word. Eager to get this back. Okay, so you see that I've kind of gone outside the lines a little bit. It's okay. It's gonna be fine. I'm just doing the bigger areas with this brush, and then I'll go in with the smaller brush. So that's kind of been on my mind. I've been so thankful for being busy with the shop. Thank you all who have purchased from my Etsy store. I'm selling needle minders and cover minders. So needle minders are for cross stitch or embroidery, but they also work for diamond painting to hold back that cover, like either the opaque cover that you have for double-sided adhesive canvases, or for the plastic that's on the, like, Diamond Art Club's, the poured glue canvases. So I've been busy in the shop with that, which is awesome. And James is actually outside making more as we speak, trying to keep up with the demand, which is awesome. How many times can I say awesome? We are blown away by the response. So thank you very much for making this such a cool experience for the both of us. I know that he really enjoys having something to do and to keep busy with, and me too. I have enough to be doing right now, but at the same time I'm thankful. So thank you guys so much. I do appreciate it. Luna and I have been going out every day for the past week to the park. That's all we can really handle right now. I did take one walk a little too far. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, sorry. I'm thinning out the paint just a little bit with water and then going back in and thickening it up a little bit where it needs to. So I do that. That's why I'm working on the two areas at once, is because, you know, if it's just a little too thin, then I can go back and add more paint, but I don't want to add too much paint because I don't want to run out of paint. You know what I mean? It's a fear. So, and I want to make it as smooth as possible, but anyway, I'm gonna just fill this part in. Can you see? I think you can see still, yeah. And then we're gonna move to a smaller brush. So yeah, we've been walking a lot, and we've been trying to walk. We're not walking as much as we did before, but I've kind of hit this roadblock, and I was talking to a friend, you know who you are, and they were saying, you know, part of my blahness lately could be because I'm not able to be as energetic physically right now, and it's kind of taking its toll, you know what I mean? Because, like, I really want to get fit and healthy and everything, but, like, I feel like the ankle is kind of, I twisted my ankle 2 weeks ago, and it's limiting what I'm able to do. So that has been the bugbear lately. But, you know, like, I don't want to complain a lot or anything, because, you know, it's like, honestly, it could have been so much worse. It really could have. I had a much worse tear when I was in Morocco. And that was the story that I told literally like the week before that happened. Not even a week before, in a Wipnchat. Oh, before I forget, while we're still like really early on in the Wipnchat, could you do me a favor? So I've noticed, I went into my YouTube analytics, and I don't like to look at them very much because, like, you know, I make these videos for fun and it's great and all that I'm monetized and stuff, but I sometimes notice that my videos aren't getting like the views I expect them to because of how many subscribers I have, which thank you all so much if you are subscribed. But I think that maybe some people are getting unsubscribed or something like that because it's showing that like almost half of the views that I'm getting on certain videos are people who aren't subscribed. And I'm wondering, like, is it the content or is it YouTube being weird? Or are people not signing in to watch me? I don't know. I mean, that's your choice, right? But I just wanted to put it out there. If you could just check. And what would be really cool is if you could, we'll do like a science experiment. So if you could press unsubscribe and then press subscribe again, because I think that something is wrong with YouTube. Like they had a whole thing that happened, was it last week? And one of my friends, you also know who you are, said that they like suddenly found like 1,000 comments, and just YouTube just didn't notify them, so they had to go back and like read and heart all the comments. And that happened to me back in like 2019, I think it was early on. I think it was in the spring. Okay, you see how messy I am? I don't mind the messiness. That might bother some people. So if you're bothered by this, I apologize in advance, but this is just how I do paint by number, because why not? Okay, I'm gonna move you so that you can see me do this one as well. We're gonna go top to bottom. I don't want to get my hand in it. And see how thin my coats are? That's because I am always afraid of running out of paint. And honestly, like, paint by number should be fun. I don't think that you should have to worry so much. And like the first one I did, I was really super like careful with everything, but I don't think I'm gonna be as inside the lines with this project because I want it to have like a blended effect, and I don't mind. So one thing that is really important as well, I'm gonna go ahead and switch brushes now because the rest of the areas are quite small in comparison. So make sure that you, I'll bring it closer so that you can see maybe here. Make sure that you really get all the paint out of the brush as much as you can so that it doesn't harden. And then after your session, you're gonna go to the sink and actually like physically wash them. That's the best thing to do. Will I go with this one, or you know what, I'll go with the smaller one, it's fine. All right, get that a little bit wet, and I'm gonna roll out the water. So yeah, the first one, paint by number that I did of the Misty Mountains, that one was more intricate, and I wanted it to be as perfect as possible. Notice the air quotes in my voice there. It's far from perfect. But it was super fun to work on. It's just that it took me forever, and I don't want to take forever. So I'm going to go like this and this and this, and then I'm going to add a little bit of water to my brush and pull it down. This is acrylic paint and natural canvas, so a little tiny drop of water will help to spread out the paint a little bit. And you'll notice when there's like globs and stuff. But yeah, I've been cross-stitching a lot. I have a secret project that I'm working on that I can't tell you about because you'll see it soon, and if I tell you now, it won't be a surprise. I don't know if it's like a huge surprise, but let me have this fun moment, please. Okay, I've been holding it in for like 2 weeks. I need this. But yeah, I just want to show you that like you don't have to have fine motor skills to do paint by number. Like, it's okay to be messy. Because I am really jittery from my coffee this morning. That was probably a bad idea. I would, if you're a coffee fiend like I am, this is a good way to wake up. Just pull this out and work on it in the morning when you're not as jittery. Because I'm not used to holding a paintbrush, so. Also, I heard that you can stretch these first and then you can go and paint on them. I have not tried that, but it's a thing. Or it's a thing that some people do, evidently. So yeah, that looks kind of muddy or whatever, but that's fine. We're gonna move back this way because I've got all of this one to do and this little piece right here. What else is going on? Oh, my office chair that I ordered at the end of March because I was coming back to Ireland and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna come back and I'm not gonna have a desk chair. Yeah, it said when I placed the order, it was like, congratulations, you placed an order. I was like, yay. And then a few hours later, I got another follow-up email and they said, due to, you know, COVID or whatever, shipping things will take longer than expected. We expect your delivery to happen on, what was it? What was it now? I'm gonna pop over here now because I'm gonna have to move brushes. On the first week of May, that's what they said. Yeah, they were like, yeah, we'll have it to you the first week of May. And at the time I was like, wow, that is really far away. Like, should I cancel? And then I was like, no, I won't cancel. It'll be fine. Especially when I got here and, you know, I was like unboxing everything and I was like, well, I don't really need a chair because I'm just standing up and filming all the time, except when I'm not. But anyway, that's beside the point. So any more twos? No. Okay, I'm gonna scrape this off back into the pot. Waste not, want not, and then clean my brush, and I'm gonna change brushes and go back here, right there. Clean, 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 nice and clean, and then I'm gonna take this brush, get it wet, and dampen it. There we go. So it was yesterday, Monday, and I emailed them And I said, hey, so about that chair, you know, what's going on? Because he said it would be delivered, like the estimated delivery was last week, and I never got a tracking number or anything. And a few hours later, surprisingly, but a few hours later, I got an email back from a lady in the head office, and she was like, oh, let me contact the store that you ordered from, and I'll check the status of it. And I was like, what? So I wonder if that store just didn't bother contacting me, or if there's a problem in the system. Like, I really just don't, at this point, I don't know. Okay, we've got that. I don't know what happened, but it's kind of annoying. It's a little bit annoying, I'll be honest. And not in that, like, ugh, my stuff. It's just like, I've been patient. I feel like I've been more than patient because I haven't like bugged them at all, and my patience has not paid off this time. Whatever. It'll be fine. All right, so add a little bit more there. Actually, I'll come back when it's dry. I'll come back when it's dry because it's kind of streaky. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put that color away, and I'm gonna choose a new color, but not a color that's touching any of the other colors. You get me? So we've got this big thing of 5. We've got this big thing of 11. Holy cow. But 3 is touching, 4 is touching. Actually, we have some more 2s over here. Let's do that. I was just holding it with my cup. And thank you all for those of you who have been buying from my my Teespring store. Oops, I got paint on it already. This is the Craft Drink Repeat mug that I got. And I saw that a few of you got it. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm not really big with the merch stuff, but I'm trying to work on it. I would like to get better at it, but my focus right now is the store and the things that I want to make for the store. So just so you know, because I know that people do. Actually, no, I take it back. I'm going to do 3s over here. No, I'm not. I won't be weird. Okay, let's do number 2 with the small brush, I guess. I'm wetting it again and then dampening it, and pick up a bit on the end. Can you see where I am? I can't see where I am. No, so hopefully, there we go. All right. Let's see what else is going on. We haven't yet painted the kitchen because we've been so busy with the Etsy store. In fact, I'm still struggling to, like, right now I'm struggling to keep up with the videos and the store. And James said that he would take over the store, but I don't know. I don't feel right making him do that. And the last time he did, he made an oopsie. A big oopsie, or several oopsies. With orders and the contents in the envelope, and I was like, I don't, it's not that I don't trust you, it's just, I don't trust you. You know what I mean? If you have a husband, maybe you know what I mean. And for those of you who are men, I don't know if you know what I mean. No, I'm just teasing. But yeah, I just prefer, you know, because I love it when the order comes in and I get to like see who's buying and get everything together, you know what I mean? Like package everything nicely and wrap up. If you've got like a pen, I like wrapping the pens and I really enjoy all of that. So if he does it, then I miss out on that process. And then the next step is like, you know, creating the labels. And so I've got him working in the sweatshop. But I don't know. What do you think I should do? Should I pull back one video a week, or should I make him help me, even though I'm scared to let him help me? Don't know. It's a conundrum. Anyway, I've talked enough about that. I'm sorry. It's just, that's a major part of my week right now. So I can't help it. I've been stitching like crazy, and I started a new stitch along. Well, it's a stitch along because several of us are stitching, and you're welcome to join us if you like the pattern and you want to. It's called Small Burbs, like small birds, but in meme speak, which is like internet speak. Small Burbs by Ink Circles. And it is so cute. And I was in Michelle Bendy Stitchy's live stream sale, or a destash rather, and she was, you know, destashing a bunch of her kits and stuff, and then I don't know what happened. Someone said something about burbs, and then it was a whole thing, and then all of us just kind of jumped on board. So those of us who were in the sale decided, you know what would be fun? Let's just start the Small Burbs chart. And it was just a, you know, spur of the moment, fun thing for all of us. And yeah, I caught the fever and I decided to kit it up. Because that's rational. For someone who said that they were not going to start anything in the month of May, I did so well, y'all. I lasted until the 10th of May. That's good, right? That's decent, I guess. But yeah, I started that last night, and it was so nice. I don't typically go for that style, and it's nothing against is her name? Oh dear, I think it's Tracy Horner. Yes, Tracy Horner. I actually love Tracy Horner's style. But I haven't done any, what would you call it, like Quakery things like that. So it's new for me, and it's fun. I like it. So yeah. What else? Do I have any more twos? I just scooped up a bunch of, excuse me, I scooped up a bunch of paint, and then I didn't have anything to do with it. Oops. Can I put it over here? I'm gonna put it right there because I missed a little bit, and then this looks a bit thin. So we'll put that there. And then I'm gonna pull this down and kind of smooth this out. That's good. Make it a little less streaky. I think that if it looks a little streaky, it's pretty good because it's got, you know, shading and stuff. That's what we're gonna say. That's what I'm gonna say today. So yeah, so I started that, and what was I doing last night? I was watching. What was I watching last night? I think I watched a little bit, and then I turned it off. And I watched some weird apocalypse movie from like forever ago, and I don't remember what it was. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and do number 4, and I'm gonna bring it all the way around here, even though I said I don't want it to touch. But by the time I get all the way over there, maybe it'll be dry. Or do I want to, hold on, or do I want to do number 11? How long have I been on here? 30 minutes? Wow, 30 minutes. That's amazing. Let's go 11. Excuse me. Sniffle, sniffle. Ooh, look at that color. Oh, that's a beautiful, like, rosy color. I am gonna go from about here so I can still see the number. No, I can do the whole thing. Let's do the whole thing. I'll use this brush again, little rectangle for this part. I like to clean off the lid first. I don't know why. Maybe add a little bit of water in that. Make it a little bit more spreadable. See how the water just kind of like transforms the paint a little bit? I think you're supposed to mix the water into the pot a little bit. What are rules? Okay, what are rules? I am no expert, okay? we should all know this by now. I am a hobby crafter. I like to experiment. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. I like to experiment and have fun. And I think that you should do what you want. And then if you want to get serious about it, like, become an expert, you know? Like, do all the research that you want, man. Who's gonna stop you? I'm not gonna stop you. I love experts. I like watching videos on how experts do things and how stuff works. I love those kinds of videos. So fascinating. Okay. I think I figured it out, y'all. I was doing it wrong. But then I remembered. It all came back to me. Like that song. It's all coming back to me now. Who is that by? I think that was a one-hit wonder. I could be wrong. I remember belting that out as a kid, though. Because the music video was so cool. Ah, I know you're screaming it at me. If I'm feeling very dramatic, I will sing that song. Yeah, I've kind of been feeling like I'm in a binge watch TV mode lately instead of a watch YouTube mode like I'm normally in. I normally just watch YouTube, y'all, honestly, but kind of feeling a little bit nostalgic for old box sets and stuff like that, you know? You just put it on in the background and, you know, go about your day, and then, oops, I need more water. Go about your day, and then in the middle, like, you just randomly walk into the living room and, you know, Friends is on, or Buffy's on, or Supernatural's on, or whatever, you know? Insert your favorite TV show here. Because they have like all these box sets online now that you can just stream. But I have to be careful. I have to upload my videos to YouTube before I start streaming TV. My internet is that bad. Yeah. Ugh, you know what? It's because the edges of the brush aren't smooth, so there we go. I hope you saw that. I'm gonna go over the edges a little bit. I don't mind. The edges will probably be painted black anyway, so it don't matter. How's that? That's pretty good. I won't complain about that. Is there another 11 somewhere? 14s. There's an 11 in the flag. I don't want to quite go down there yet, so I'm just gonna scrape off. Nope, there's nothing in the brush. This just needs to be washed. Okay, and then what will we do next? Let's move to 14. 14 is the next one without a color touching the other color. So we'll go to 14 next. And I'm gonna do all the little parts of 14 first, down here that are touching like all these areas. Oh, you probably can't see what I'm pointing at. Hold on. Whoop. All right. Where's my finger? Here. All of this. Yes, you can see that. Okay, good. So if you can hear the creaking, the creaking is my my stool that came with the easel desk that James got me for Christmas 2 years ago. Or was it my birthday? It might have been my birthday, actually. Anyway, yeah, it creaks. I had it in the living room for ages, but then I never used it because it's not comfortable. Okay, let's be honest. So I bought an office chair, you know, the kind that's like, it's not the gamer kind, but they're really comfy, and it would recline. Not that I would recline it, but like it had the option to recline and everything, and fancy. But when I moved the chair into here, into my filming area, my craft room, it started to break. And I think it's just the way that I have my computer set up. I was leaning into it weird or something. So it was getting all this pressure or something. I don't know. I really don't know what happened. But it started to fall apart, and then, you know, when I got back, right before I left, before Christmas, it just started really breaking apart. So I said then, oh, well, I'll just go ahead and I will get a chair while I'm there and have it delivered while I'm gone, and then, you know, all that stuff happened with my grandpa and everything. So, you know, I just forgot. And then it was a week before I was scheduled to come back, and it's like, oh my gosh, the chair, what am I going to do? First world problems. And that's when I ordered it. So you can imagine my surprise of still not having the chair and having to use this stool, this very hard stool, but it's okay. It's fine. It'll be fine. That's looking really good. I like this color. Now I'm gonna kind of flare it out and kind of spread out the raised bits a little bit. Yeah, so that it's not 3D. Okay. There we go. So one of the shows that I've been watching is Good Lord Bird, which is fantastic. It's crazy. It may not be your cup of tea, but it's definitely mine. I can handle one episode a night, and then I'm like, I think that's enough for tonight. Because it is very mature, and it can be gruesome and lots of other things. But it is an interesting way of storytelling, and I like it. So I've been watching that. I'm seriously looking forward to the next Witcher season. Post-production is in full swing, so I know that they were saying December, but I hope that they bring it out for like September, because it's such a cozy kind of, I don't know. I feel like it's one of those shows you watch in the winter. Like Game of Thrones would have been a really good one to watch in the winter, but they decided to air it in summer for some reason. We're not going to get into that because I was a huge Game of Thrones fan. I loved the show for the first 3 seasons. I was all about it, and then they veered off from the books and decided that they would just like do whatever they wanted to do, the directors, and it made it horrible. So I'm pretty picky about my TV show, though. They dropped the ball seriously in the last season. They had dropped the ball for a long time, but I could understand why in a lot of cases they wouldn't include this or that. But then, you know, in the last season, I was just like, what do you think you are doing? This makes no sense. We have been watching since the beginning. You have hardcore fans here who know this story inside out, even just from the series and not from the books. So even those who have only watched the show are hardcore fans, and they know all the details, and they've watched it several times. But it was like the directors didn't care, you know, they didn't even know their own story. So they would do things or make characters do stuff that wasn't. Yeah, anyway. I'm gonna go on a rant. Sorry, folks. But yeah, I get passionate about my TV shows. I've felt a little bit jaded since then about TV because, you know, like, that was years and years and years, and like, what do I have to show for it now, you know? So a lot of the people who they had YouTube channels on Game of Thrones, and you know, a lot of them were like, you know what, we're just gonna focus on what's about to come out, The Winds of Winter, the new book, and some of them are talking about the new series that are coming up that go into the past. I think it's 400 years in the past is the new series they're making, so it's going to be very interesting. Plus, they got Matt Smith, who is my favorite Doctor from Doctor Who. I love Matt Smith. Fantastic actor. So yeah, I am excited for the new show that's coming up, and it's not directed by that group of people who royally messed up the last show, in my opinion. And it is all just my opinion. I know that there are people out there that still like it, but bleh. Anyways, don't forget, I forgot to make a post about this, but yesterday was World Lupus Day, and I know that for those of you who are diamond painting, there's an event going on to do purple diamond paintings during the month of May for support of lupus and for finding a cure. So that's being hosted by Mindy and Diamond Painting Camper. So make sure that you go check them out. I think I linked them in my last video as well. They're doing cool stuff, and they've already raised like over $500, which is awesome. That's really awesome. But I know that they could do, you know, there could be more, and there are prizes involved. So check it out if you're diamond painting and maybe you have one that's purple already. I would like to follow along. I have quite a few purple diamond paintings. I won't be starting a new one for the event, but I might work on like Galaxy, or it's another one that I have that's purple. I don't know. Oh, I wanted to bring something up. So you might see that my super big painting from Mayan, that unboxing, has been taken down. I privated that video because I got a message, and I won't say who by, but I was sent this very kind message saying, you know, I don't know if you know this, but that's actually a Dimensions kit, and I think it's licensed, so you might want to check into it. So I went ahead and checked into it. And turns out that the image, the painting, is by a man called Sung Kim, and a Korean. He painted it in the 40s. I think it's actually copyright 1940. Now, it gets a little confusing before 1978 with copyright law, but what I saw on the Dimensions site was that it was being, the license was through a licensing group, and they made that information readily available on their thingy, on the catalog for the cross stitch kit. So I'm in the process of talking to Mayan to see if they have the license, but and if they do, I'll bring it back and I will, you know, explain that. But at the moment, I don't want to. I should have known. I was trying to. I gotta move you. I was trying to find an image that was like free domain, and I was pretty sure that that one was, and it wasn't. So, or as far as I can tell, but with like I said, with the images that are from before 1978, it can get really tricky. So I'm going to find out that info this week, and I will pass it along because I don't want anybody to feel guilty, because I already feel super guilty. And I won't be able to share my progress on that at all on my channel if it is something that has to be, you know, agreed upon. I don't want to endorse buying from sites that don't get legally licensed images in anything. So, and it's very difficult to do, to know for certain if the store's on AliExpress. So guess what? I'm back to no buying from AliExpress, and I'm sorry if that upsets anybody, but honestly, like, I don't even trust the quality anymore. I did so many unboxings from them, and it was all over the place, the quality, and I'm just not interested anymore. So I'm sorry that I even put it up, you know. That's how I feel, because I feel like I've somehow misled people, and of course that's definitely not my intention, and I don't want to encourage anyone to do that, of course. So we gotta, if you're looking for diamond painting companies who get legally licensed images, there's a few. There's Diamond Art Club, Dreamer Designs, Treasure Studios Art, Craftedly. Hang on, I gotta think. Who else? I'm thinking. Patty Wax, Distracted by Diamonds. Star Ore has a few. I don't know if she's fully changed over, but Amazon, no. AliExpress, No, not unless they give the copyright information and the, the artist and stuff. It's a no-go for me. I'm trying to get away from Amazon anyway. Like, there are some serious issues with Amazon. So that's a thing that I want to try to steer away from in the future. But, I think that these diamond painting companies are listening and they're changing the way that they do things because of you, It's not because of me. It's not because of what I say. It's because of you and your purchasing power. And if you go to a store and you say, hey, do you have legally licensed images? Or if you see a store that's selling an artist's work that like for certain that it's this artist or that artist whose work you're looking at, and you're like, hey, did you know that this is from this artist, and do you have a license to display her art on your website? Because she's protected or he's protected by copyright laws. They'll usually actually take down the listing at first. It doesn't always stay down, but it's a good starting place, But I do want to say, I wouldn't go onto a message board like Facebook and post, like, say, the name and shame thing, or anything like that. I think it's better to just contact the store directly, because a lot of groups just don't want to have their feed clogged with that sort of thing. If you think that the store is doing wrong, just contact them directly. Don't get anyone else involved unless you know the company that also sells it. Then you could just message them directly. You know what I mean? These public forums, I think, this is my opinion now, I wasn't asked to talk about this, it's just coming off the top of my head. These are great places to share your works in progress photos, your if you've got a question and you need help, great places to do that. But nobody really wants to go into a group and see a whole bunch of complaining. I remember last year during the beginning of the pandemic, and every other post in the Facebook group I share with Mrs. Coffee was about shipping issues, like how long shipping was taking. And I was actually driven batty, to the point where I was about to break, because I was just sick and tired of seeing complaints. There's nothing that the group can do, and airing your disappointment in something on a public forum is a surefire way to get you muted, for a week or whatever it might be, because it's just not in the spirit of the thing. You know what I mean? Okay, I don't want to say you anymore, because it sounds like I'm pointing fingers at you specifically. I'm not, and I'm sorry if that felt a little too direct. What I should have said is, I personally don't like the feeling of being in a group and then only seeing complaints. I feel like that's just not the spirit of what the group is there for, People like to help each other, that's true. And I'm sure that, if phrased correctly, people will bend over backwards to help you. I've seen it so many times in our Facebook group where people share their stories, and, you'll get this huge response from others who are like, I know exactly what you're going through. Let me try to help you or give you advice, or just sending you thoughts and support. Because sometimes that's all, you know, people really want at the end of the day, is just to feel understood and heard. Because, excuse me, let's face it, like not every person is going to be supportive of your crafty hobby, right? Like I get that. But I just, nobody likes a moaning myrtle. And when it comes to these groups, I think that people are getting wise to it. And, you know, it's when you're in a private group that's made like my group, then we do have the power to kick people out, because for whatever reason, I've gotten several complaints about the way that I run the group with Mrs. Coffee. But the point is that, you know, that's our fun crafty space. Okay, that's where we have a family with our viewers. You know, some people who watch Mrs. Coffee don't watch me, and that's fine. Vice versa. But you're there to have fun, not to, there I go with the use again. People are there to have fun, you know? People are there to just have a good time. And if you go into a group and you're going to be disruptive, or to make complaints or things that we have specifically said are not to be in the group, then we have the power to do what we deem is necessary for our group members. So if you, this is specifically to those who have been removed or muted or whatever the case may be. We make these decisions carefully. Nobody's making quick fire decisions on the group at all. I have a fantastic moderation team who are constantly on the lookout, and we are talking to each other like nearly daily. And lucky for us, the last few weeks we haven't really had any issues, which is fantastic. Let me tell you, it's such a brain break to not have any issues. But my point in this is, I want to say, let's keep it a positive, crafty space where we can hang out and, you know, depend on one another for, you know, whatever it might be, you know, help, support, just sharing your pictures with each other, whatever that might be for you personally. But I'm putting my foot down, because that's where I go, and I spend a lot of my time on the group looking at posts. I may not be, you might think that I'm not on there, but I am. I'm on there every day, multiple times a day, reading what people are sharing. And I love it. It's like the bright side of my day. So if you've caused trouble, or if you have messed with a mod, or if you've broken the rules, then you get booted or muted. It's one or the other. So, yeah, that's a whole long rant and ramble just to say, Luna is at the door and moaning. I love my Facebook group with Miss Coffee, but I want to keep it a nice, I hate using the word safe space, but that's what it is. It's a safe space for crafty people to share their stuff, and for us to advertise our videos, whatever we're working on in our stores or whatever. But mostly it's for you. you know, for you to enjoy. So I don't know why I just ranted about that, but hey, it came up in my brain. I needed to get it off my chest, so that's why I talked about it. I'm gonna finish up this little posh, and I promise you it's not as big a deal as maybe it sounded like in my little rant, but you know, we're both people and we're in charge of a group with almost 10,000 followers or members rather, because it is a private group. And it's just like any kind of membership club, you know, you agree to the rules. If you break the rules, you know, that's it. I'm not going to get into any public discourse with anyone. So if you're here to like, beg us to let you back in, I'm sorry, I'm not interested. I just wanted to like put my foot down on that, because I think that a lot of people think that I'm soft and I'm not. It just looks like it. So I'm going to zoom you out and let you see what we got. Whoops, sorry. Here we go. Now you can see my whole table. That is not too shabby. That is pretty cool. So that's an hour's worth of work on this. I think that I could get through this pretty quickly. Based on the sizes of the sections, especially down here, I think this could go pretty quick. It's just the smaller bits here in the rocks and the boats, the engines, that's going to take some work. But I really enjoy paint by number. And I think that you would too, if you were interested. I am an affiliate for Winnie's Picks, so the link's down below. If you do purchase from them, I think it's within 7 days. Then I'll get a small commission. I think it's like 10%. So thank you if you do purchase, but there's no pressure. But they did not send this to me. I purchased this with my own money. I just wanted to get back into paint by number and give you something else to look at. You know what I mean? Because I know that I've been in a cross-stitch kick lately, and yeah, it is what it is. I'm not going to apologize. I love crafting, and my crafty styles tend to change over time, and you know, I might go back into a circle. We'll see what happens. But yeah, thank you so much everybody for watching this video and spending some time with me. I'm sorry that I went on a bit of a rant there, but I guess I needed to get it off my chest. I want to say thank you so much for watching and for being here with me. Don't forget to watch last week's Wipnchat if you haven't already, because there's something special in it that or was it the Wipnchat? No, it wasn't the Wipnchat, sorry. You should watch that anyway. Go watch the pen tour video. I'll put it up there. There's something special in it. Thank you so much for watching till the end. If you did, just leave me a comment and let me know how you're doing today. I'd love to know what you're working on, what you're obsessed with, maybe what TV show you're watching, because I'd love to know. I'm always into more box sets. So with that, I'll let you go. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you all soon in the next video. Take care. Bye.